looking on Olmex. Say something like Ruber people. McCarthy or McCottle. What is it? Ruber. Ruber in Romania means caoutchouc, like gummy. We know. Romania caoutchouc. Caucasian. An interesting rubine or something in the Spanish is red. Indians are red. But they say the Olmecs were blacks. And Jason said with the Chinese. Interestingly, Hungarian says for Chinese, but others also probably say that they are yellow people, but they are not yellow. North Indians are red, so BS. Roos in Romania are red, similar to Rus, like or Rosso in Italy. Russia, in the middle of Russia, let's say, or Eurasia, is the Riparian mountain, Ural, right? So Riparian is in the most frequently mentioned mountains, where the nomads came door dwellen, door Hyperboreas and whatever, is the Caucasus and the Ural, right? Riparian. Doordat de Riparian can be taken out, that is the Carpathian also. So Rubere, Romania and caoutchouc, the Caucasian. What? Rube, similar to Riparian, where he said above Riparian is Hyperboreal, one side of Ural mountain, Riparian is Scythia extra Imaum, the other part is Scythia intra Imaum. Imaum probably they don't know what it means, but extra and intra means inside and out. But what inside and out is at Ural, because it just has eastern and western part, so there was something else. McCarthy. Oli McCarthy, cannot in Turkish is being Caucasian. Közúti Romanian is fallen, so again, fallen Ange, so what? You know, because McCarthy, they say people. People are like people, because Slavic Ljudi means peoples, but Judea is Jew, so the Jew just means peoples. And the Jews were connected to the First World War in the Holocaust, but the First World War started with Poland, so Polish, what they say, Nord Airport, Hyperboreal. But they say McCarthy, emlet är similar to the end, no, cannot in Turkish means wing, Polen wing, so well. Olmec said similar to Hungarian, first Hungarian name, Almos name, which means sleepy, omlás can be collapse. Interesting, means Hungarian means you go away, you know, holy fucking hell. Or means mind, full, or how to say, so something which is genuine, so to say, so otherwise Jesus name also, then Jesus was also smart. Was also Ácesi Hungarian means also smart, how to say. The Ási Hungarian means falling, you know. Alright, so I just variated one, but came in my head, put this chrono look. So they say first one migrant civilization, they say started around here. If you click on this, so they say around this. It's interesting when they put around 1400 and 600 to 200. So an interesting that the Hungarian Arpadian dynasty dies out, but Arpadian Arpad is similar to Aripad. You know, one which is winged. Dies out in here. Followed by Ange, Ange, Le, Wings, as I say. Fucking head is fucking letter. And he said in Solyman's diary, like Solyman, how you say the Turk, that from King Louis, the first Hungarian king, was said this year, 4700. With first, so the second Louis who died at March, you know, this year. Not gives, but the Hungarian king of Louis, look what gives. So the Hungarians, second Louis II died, but Louis is a duplicate, you know. Solyman is Solis, is his son, Louis, Soleil, Solis in French is again son. So they fabricate the two people and two personages, how to say. But said this year, so the first Hungarian king started here. And look, this fucking number, similar to Jason's, which I put it also in last video, that this is when Olmec calendar starts. They say on the wiki something. Here, Enoch, Jason puts with 4 also, BC, Enoch, born. And look, even with the second Louis number, like Solyman diary said that from King Louis, back to first Hungarian king passed this year's 4700. Gives also a number which is in fact the following number, how to say, so with 100 years difference. What the heck was this? You know? But if I put up like what if the Solyman's diary, in Solyman's diary. So what if talks about first Louis of Hungary, who was born exactly interesting. So second Louis of Hungary died here. First Louis of Hungary was born in exactly 200 years. So again, why I see here 200 years and why I see here 200 years, you know. So first Louis of Hungary to Ange, but Ange, what I guess, you know. Even the French says for Ange, je letter says je. Ange. It is fucking Ange, what the fuck is it? If I count from here, he was born here, so 200 years before the second died, in fact. Look, goes to Olmec calendar with 1 year off. Meanwhile, the Arpadian dynasty, so Ange, sorry, say not Hungarian, but so the original Hungarian dynasty was from Almos and Arpad. His son Arpad, you know. They died, he said, here, or earlier Almos, whatever Arpad here. So until now, this was the Arpadian dynasty, which is said original Hungarian on the male line, you know. But like I said that, even I wrote in a short article, Hungarian, that in fact, all the Hungarian rulers, they are all the same. So there is no such thing like original Hungarian followed by French Ange, you know, so it's BS. And this last Louis was March who died was Jagello, Lithuania, Polish or something, I don't know. But look, man, exactly 200 years here also, between two Louises, the Jason Olmec calendar, they say the Olmec calendar. So, you know, Olmex pick exactly where they started around when, you know, Hungarian Arpadians die out or Hungary dies out finally. They put the Jason dates, you know, Olmec calendar. Non-historical timeline. Controversial, of course. Everything is controversial, interesting. But interesting, they put the Mayas here. But if you search, interesting, wait a minute. So if you search, I don't put again, which was the first, or here was it. Look, they said Olmec was it. you know. But if you go back and put this JSON's data for Olmex, and it seems other somebody even on Reddit I saw something this date, and but they say the Maya calendar started here, so Maya's and Olmex not even existed yet, but the calendar started. Oh, what a flying fuck! Mental illness, you know, right? So, you know, which is already close to that. And they said the Olmex were first, so they were before Maya. So why not good is this, you know? Plus, of course, like I said, this number contains the coming of fools in Aftekreis, in Pannonia, you know, which is 6 times in Anunnaki disappearance number. Olmec name similar to Almoshe, you know. Olmec, if I read like S like the German, so Almos. Almost English anywhere reads almost like Angus, probably, you know. But in English, the S and C, so Elmok. Or Olmec. Not fucking same. You know, that's a fucking simple. But here now, I saw this variation, but I don't put that in video, I guess. So, you know, Solyman's diary says that the Hungarian from King Louis, let's say, even okay, translate if you don't believe me. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. Here is another twist. Let's put that also. It goes to Ange. Holy fucking nothing, not gives anything. Holy fucking shit. Let's put the Hungarian is the letters, you know. Those fucking lines on the. What the fuck, man? Even Hungarian is here. So even. What the flying fuck, man? Holy fuck, man. What the fuck was written Solyman's diary, man? I even found it, I remember. But right with again with this. I don't even know how to fucking hell. Right like Solyman, Hungarian with Solyman. Here. Good, but if I know where is written, as you can see, it's not, this is the diary. No. Oh, let's see, there's a content sheet, what we say. Where the fuck? No, this probably the more editions. A second. This is it. Aí Solyman napló Hungarian diary. Nap is means day. Interesting, lói Hungarian means horse. Siloi mene Hungarian means stallion, and Siloi means like Bosterius, like you know the Alexander the Great's black bucephalus, you know, the stallion which is wild, you know, is full with energy and shit. So he went the fucking title of like Solyman's diary, you know, journal, I said in other words. He's a horseman. And Louis, interesting if I get that to Louis, but if I say that in Latin text, U and V letter will change it, right? Lovas fucking Hungarian means horseman. Ange having horseman. Ange, you know. Fucking. Holy, where the fuck is he saying? 4,000, you say. Let's see. This is the second coming of, or exactly third coming, 3 years after March of Solyman to it goes to Vienna also. So this should be the first part. Oh, wait a minute, so he's not the bookman. It's a book where they consequently are published. How it was written the fucking name? Solyman. Holy fucking shit. Syla, there was Hungarian miss gives birth. So again, I don't know, it's about man of birth of man. First American symbolism. Ah, that's fucking, I don't know what to put. So fucking care. I want to say if second edition also. It's not exactly when you search something, you don't find exactly that, you know. About this. Here is okay, Kemal Paşazade. Let's put this because I don't saw this. Fucking hell. We have a map which I named Louis and Black. I don't know why it remained like this. Louis Soleil, Sun and Black. Holy fuck, I don't know wait a minute. Oh, holy shit. I have a bunch of shit that I'll never look on again on this, you know. I just put in like the square puts the put for winter and but probably later forgets it. Where he put that. What the fuck to search, man? You know, it's crazy that exactly that enters which is fucking search. I said, you're not interested the censorship is total Google, so it's not. I wrote it like this year's person in Solyman diary. Go with the dog go, this is even better than the brave searcher. He ain't there probably some things. Sometimes I find my stuff on Facebook, ain't there? Het was interesting, Solyman when conquered Buddha, the capital, had 74 years. You know, that a lot, they all are this number. Soleil. Sun King, Louis in French. Soleil, Louis is same fucking thing. Now, here I want to say, we did this also. If I take Ange kings from America, years passing to last Hungarian king of Arpadian dynasty, who is called Ladislaus. He's the last of Arpadian dynasty. Hungarian Ladislaus said Laszlo. Laszlo is not the same necessarily letters like Louis. So again, Soleil, plus this Ladislaus, last Ladislaus, the fourth, it's called Kumane. You know? And the Kue, I guess, or Kö or something like this, in Hungarian is Stona there was. Kö. Look. Stone. In Turkish, I guess, is Sun. Azerian, Güneş. So Güne is the Kun Gün. Geka interchange, you know. Kazakh, what is it? Come on, fuck's sake, man. Kune. So Kuman and the Kunse, Kumanse, Kule Kuni Hungaria, you know. So this is about son again, Louis. So Ladislaus the 40th son again, Louis, Olay son. Meanwhile, we are going to Olmex, around Olmex, which, like I said, is something black or some shit, you know. Dark, sleepy. This is so dark, you know. So if I take is not so Solyman's diary not talks about the last Louis when he should talk about because Solyman said he defeated him. He died in battle and shit, you know. But you know, since Fomenko, you don't just take everything like this. So put up if you found some duplicate, you know, at least. So if you talks about first Louis and you take the birth here, which is interesting, exactly 200 years, and here is first time came out with this, like I take literally what he said, you know, Solyman's diary, so must be written around here. Defeated Hungary, the second Louis died, as he says that from, not say second Louis in source, at least it's not translated like this, but say that from Louis back to first Hungarian king passed these years. So that means the first Hungarian king ruled here. But this number is strikingly similar with 100 and exactly 100 and 200 years from the Olmec, which is, they say, oldest America, and the fucking Enoch born. But Enoch again, Enoch is Olmec, wait a fucking minute. So Noche, we read it like Noche, Slavic means night. That's why I say night or whatever you want, you know. And Olmec, like, provide Almoshe, sleepy already means something dark, right? Omlashe means collapse, so, or Almoshe means washes veje, and even Almese, Mese, Hungarian means you go away, so I don't know why like this, you know. So it's crazy. And Ange came from America, but here is not close to that also, because Ange came from America, let's put that also there. I'm going to Jason, America to Shumerica, let's say, but he went from water to water or what, both name, you know. It is already close to 27 years, so how many years? 76 years old. Solyman was, I guess, lived 76 years. Interesting. And this, you know, 6 times plus 1 equals 0. So Jesus plus again, who's coming upon it? So with 7 chieftains. 7 Anunnaks ended here in this number. Equals 6 times 7 huns. So 8 equals Jesus. Plus again the huns. So 7 times the 7 huns number is a 7 Anunnakis number. Fucking. So when Ladislaus the command, the last number with that is born 62, he said, no exact date again. He just said when he became king in 72, he had 10 years. It can be 61, 63, 62, you know. Meanwhile, this number also, here he said the Tartars are overseas defeated. But later I found out about what they talk. He talk about across the Mediterranean in Egypt around this date. But what if it's fucking America? Because look, Enki number, Enki comes from America, Tartars overseas defeated. But Jesus talks about calamity, a collapse, Olmex, what to say. And went away from America, so like armies, Olmec. Look, gives Jason's total reset number in now, how many years from now? So for 150. 60, 78. Which is an immortal number, he says. It will be total reset, so like it was in Adam Eve reset, you know. Look, man, I cannot find where is written this man. Solyman. Don't. Written here. Huh? Let's hope I find it something. It's first book, same title. The title is like a Turkish chronicles. Well, let's see. Here, Solyman's diary. I found it. Fucking pieces of shit, man. Here, so probably says after Mohaj battle, the first part of the diary, where it says that from the last, so from King Louis the first Hungarian king lasted at 4,700 years. I must look on quickly, but the local, holy fuck, I don't have. Not, it's not BSing, it's written like this. Oh, how long is it, this shit? They say July, August was the battle. I must put out, I have a map here. With historical, some history dates. Come on, man, for fucking hell, man. Let's see if I find it. I'll save it somewhere. Ah, save it, my shit. Let's see with number 4,000 up here. So. Ooh, I don't even know what to. I will put in map. Fine. Solyman, no way, problem. Let's see if I find it. Oh, shit. If it's written with non-based 4,700, that means it's censored, because it should enter it in a search. Piri Pasha, Piri Race, who the fuck is it? But I'm thinking of right on the end of the part of the diary where is. Oh, here comes the fucking. What the fuck, man? Yeah, that was the 20. First, Solyman's first campaign. So in 21, occupied Belgrade. But Belgrade, like I said, was called Singidun, you know. Sinsana, interesting, Sinsana. Belgrade, called Singidunum in Latin. But sing, song, fucking Hungarian is ének. So Ange is costly, what the fuck, you know. So here starts the Mohaj thing. So probably here, I'm thinking if the end of that part of the diary is written that thing, you know, that because you know the story is action of battle is ended. So in there somewhere must be written that thing, you know, like that 4,700 years passed from Louis King from first Hungarian. This what is the code? It said it was flooding also. Jason said that Ange approached the earth, there was much flooding. August 29 must be, so it will be. Lajos Király said, Louis. Fucking hell. This the date when the first Hungarian. This is probably Hijra date or some shit. But here interesting when Hungarians are first big defeat of Hungarians in Europe. 933, 34 I suppose. So probably first big defeat of Hungarians in Europe is their last big defeat. What you say, you know? So that's how they working with it. They duplicate and different senses, you know. Here, find it, right. So let's see. So which is the date? Here around September. So again, here already the battle is done because they say August 29, 26 was it. September 39. Here it says, look. In the so the rulers on the straight line, so without interruption, passed this year. You know? Fucking crazy, man. Look, I put here. Oh, wait a fucking minute. First, I'm gonna save the picture. What if I go? I'm gonna say where I put that. Then? So here, now upload again here. Fucking game, what a flying fuck. So here, Hungary, yeah, yeah, English. Look, pillars of the noblest ever Roman. It is said that 3 years passed since the building of Buddha and the reign of building of Buddha. Interesting what I said also. The reign of the Hungarian from descended the direct line until the King of Time Louis. Time of King Louis. You know? So 7 years passed since the building of Buddha and the reign of the Hungarian kings. So the Buddha was built at when the first Hungarian king maybe not even that was first, or you know, not say first, but say Hungary said like from the building of Buddha on the straight line, direct descending Hungarian kings from that time to Louis King passed these years. So Hungarian kings for 4000, how to say, whatever, first or just a part, because even Jason says for unlucky stay, but not we think up here, but they existed also, but probably a Nibiru system, I don't know. So you know, crazy. Let's save this shit also. So now with you know, Olmec started, saying when Olmec is not here, the claim. They saw somebody here. Op is some specific charge like on the script, but lekker brood hadden, de was een misinterpreted. But they said they were the first, but they put the Maya calendar here. So then now, why not this, you know? Olmex were the first, so before Maya has put that here. Dus his number has the own number. It's crazy. That's it, you know. It's Horseman, Sunman, Ange's Castle, Belgrade was here before that. The Belgrade campaign, so in 21, not 26. So from he said that they say, or he said that 4700 years passed since the building of Buddha. So Buddha Castle, imagine what Castle was if you take like that, right? It was not built 200 to 500 years ago. Buddha probably want to be like important, like, I don't know, probably Babel or Jerusalem or the second Solomon temple, you know? Because it mentions that, you know, because otherwise the Buddha said was built that 2 times or all the mess, you know. The reign of the Hungarian kings who descended in the direct line. In the direct line until so even he said direct line because I said that Arpad there is was no such thing like Arpadian dynasty of Hungary and Anjus. Aripati Romanians with Winged, you know. They have the same, they fabricated that is French, that is Sigismund of Luxembourg as all this went on here. Corvins are Wallachia, so here I just wanted this, you know. So if I put that, not says, as you can see, not says the second Louis, but you think it's second Louis because, you know, the date it also is, was started from 562. It was interesting if you double the 60, this number, 162 plus 562 goes to fucking dark satellite of Jason. Crazy, man. Jason is crazy with his stuff. So this chronology, so I'm presuming, putting up like, probably talks about first Louis and his birth year. It's more interesting to take his birth year because exactly 200 from the others that year, Crazy. Goes exactly the fucking Olmex, man. Or with other number, of course, gives 200 years difference, so this number. I don't know, Jason not has anything. But between them is Enoch. Like I said in the last video, Enoch can be Noch, which is Slavic means night. So again, blackness. Olmec can be almost blackness. Almost the first Hungarian leader was described as blackface, black guys. This is again sound darkening put that everywhere. I see, maybe I'm crazy, so I see, since Jason, I see everything is black, sound blackening it. Plus the two guys, Solyman first, or Solyman, or take the Louis King's names. But Louis is Soleil son. What the fuck? An interesting French has son king. Plus French has Napoleon, but only Hungarian not his son. So it's other stories, man. It's not Solyman came to occupy here in this year. Balega in Romania means katersít. So that the Hungarian kingdom started in America is Olmec. And Jesus said they came from China, the Chinese, refugees, or I don't know. But who came from also from China, if you take like that. Mongolia, China, probably, if you will dig in Surset, probably you will see that even this guy mentions that if you look on the Chinese chronicles and shit, maybe not even half of the Chinese dynasties or emperors are say the Chinese. But some other, I don't know, northern nomad, western nomad, I don't know. It was China and Huns, the Han dynasty, Han even Huns, sounds like that. But the Huns were everything like Chunli also, so Chunli or China. So it's the same Tartarian story. Let's make it more simple because everybody understands what. If you say Tartarian, you presume that all northern Eurasian or even southern, I don't know, and connected to America also. So again, I don't know. Hungarian kingdom when Ange, or when it starts with Ange, Angevine, Louis Ange, Louis, even the Collet Great, the Angel King, born in, even his March. He's the first Hungarian king in fact, about whom we know the exact date of year, day, month, Until then we don't know. We just know all the month and date, and the year can be approximated, or we know the year, and that's it. About some 3 or 4 Hungarian kings until now. So Louis, like, it's interesting. He was more smart probably because he was not Hungarian, because that's the tendency amongst officials that everything is Hungarian is stupid, which is not Hungarian in Hungary. That's the smart and best and everything, So probably Louis was smart because was not Hungarian, so he could manage that his birth year and month and date exactly to be remembered. Sometimes you must be ironic, crazy. But he's the first. March, interesting if I add 10 days, because I presume, 200 years later, Gregory modifies the calendar with 10 days, so it's March 15, and March 15, interesting today, Hungarian National Day. He said from 1848 revolution date. But if you presume also again, like, they're using 2 months jumping, because a 10 years calendar and 12. Probably May 15, lost a lot of fucking Phoenix Dave Jason. Phoenix again dark against the sun, so we affect the sun and dark, you know, crazy. The other things I also find that here, I'm finding something and I'm putting with this different line. Here something was not clear yet. Yeah, here, you know, I put the until now that SS is also connected with black Ange or Hungarian, or Polish or whatever, the same thing. So the SS was codified or the Holocaust event. It was a ritual of something else, so it's, I don't know, connected to this. Olmex starts number, SS formed. Goes to when Hunyadi, you know, the Black Sun guys, SS, you know. Event SS looks like the 8 letter, but it's cut, you know. But if interesting, if you cut into the 8 is 4. Plus the Nazi thing, you know, they say Nazi is a white race, you know, 14 and 8. Hunyadi Joe, Hunyadi Hungarian means sleep extinguish again, so like Olmec dark. He was said Valakian origin, but PBB interchange Balak, Polak, black is same. Olmec similar to Almost name, which was described black with black guys, or this almost sleepy. Has this fucking years. So like the Nibiru presence here, right? But if I add to hit this 61 years goes to fucking Chernobyl. And Chernobyl fucking Slavic means black again. So that's what I'm saying. Even non-connectable events like what has to do. Joe Hunyadi has 60 years with Chernobyl disaster. It has nothing to do, right? But they're making ritualic, I don't know, coded or mirror ball or what, a black ball. And if you go with that number from Olmec, it goes when Joe Hunyadi was born. Another connection with Enki coming, Joe Hunyadi born, Sigismund of Luxi is king on March 31, which you halving, you get to Jason again. March 16 or May 16. Sigismund of Luxembourg looks light again, king of Hungary, Joe Hunyadi born. Goes to Dark Satellite, Jesus says will be exactly 26 years. We are with 26 already. You go down there, you get with 1 year of Satan, Satan again, David or Lucifer is dark, but Lucifer looks is light again. So dark or light. I saw this also. So I don't know, Olmec, let's say not just calendar, civilization started in America. After Enki left, it seems, if you take like this, but Enki's Enoch born later, so I don't get it. The same things for whatever. 200 years, if you take from Louis the One, first, but if you take with Louis first, second Louis, but first Louis, goes exactly like this. The Hungarian kings first started in America, in Olmec. Because the Hungarian dynasty started with armor, this guy, you know. Until the Ange came in Hungary, you know. 25 years later is both the second Ange, but first is Charles. Whatever, 20 years, even not even 20 years, you know. So, alright. Hungarian kingdom is American or Olmec or I don't know. It's small stories, like I said, it's coded bigger things. So it's not just Hungarian history. French history is clear, is about some Tartary or bigger. No question.